Hey y'all, I'm Abby, More Than Just Skin, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. I am so glad you took some time out of your day to spend a little bit of time with me. So I'm continuing on my collection videos. I love watching these videos and I have found that I love filming them as well. It really helps me take stock in what I have, show me what I need to be using, what I need to be trying out, and that I really don't need to buy anything. So that is the key. You can see today's video is all about highlighters, and I think I need to say, yes, my name is Abby and I'm a highlighter addict. I need some help, I need some intervention. So today we're going to swatch all of these, I'm going to talk about them, and we are going to dive in. So if you are interested in seeing my highlighter collection, then just hit that subscribe button and here we go. Starting with liquid highlights. Now the first one I have is the Marc Jacobs Dew Drops. I think it's called the Do You Dew Drops. I love this stuff. I find that I'm getting low on it because you can see I'm pumping and nothing's coming out. So I'm going to open it up. It is just gorgeous. I like to mix it with foundation. That's how I use it most, but you can see it just has a beautiful sheen to it. You could definitely put it straight to your skin. It's nice and pretty and gold, and just dab it in with a brush or a beauty sponge and it's gorgeous. I will definitely be repurchasing these. I think that they are worth the money. Next up, I have the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade 3. It's a very interesting product with a doe foot applicator, so you can't really mix it with foundation. I guess you could, but I don't really think it works great. The shade works fine on me, but it's just kind of interesting. I think it's a really pretty product. I don't know if I would go back and repurchase it when I run out, but it is pretty and gives you a nice kind of glow from within without being too shimmery like the Dew Drops. Doesn't break the bank. This is the Ulta Liquid Illuminator. I like to mix this in my foundation. That is the way that I go about doing it. And to me, it just gives you that nice glow. It's very similar to the Dew Drops by Marc Jacobs, but it's not, I don't find it to feel as nice on the skin, but for the price, I don't really mind that. I will continue to purchase this. And also in that same vein, this is by NYX. This is their Liquid Illuminator Born to Glow, and this is in the shade Sunbeam. Love, love, love to mix this in my foundation. That's kind of the go-to way that I use this product, and you can see it definitely has a pinkier tone, but mixed with foundation it looks just gorgeous. I have 2 deluxe sample size of the Cover FX drops. Both of these are in the same shade of Moonlight. And again, these I like to just mix with my foundation. They definitely would give you a gorgeous kind of to the moon and back glow, which hence Moonlight. But for me, I like to mix them in my foundation. I have had a full size of this in, I think, the same color actually. And that's the way I like to do, is just mix them in with my foundation. I have 5 stick highlighters, and 2 of them are definitely deluxe sample size. The first one is this Milk Makeup. This is the highlighting stick. You can see it's small. I got it in a Sephora box. Definitely doesn't give you a whole lot of glow, and it's more of kind of a bronze glow. I've been wearing this a lot when I put on some BB cream and head to the pool. I just put these kind of in the high points and actually on my eyelid as well, and I think it's really pretty. I definitely would not go out and repurchase it, but I am going to use it up. Something that I probably will purchase, this is the Hourglass, and this is the Vanish Champagne Flash. I hate to even swatch this because it is so gorgeous and I like using it. It is so creamy. That's the way it looks right there. Most likely during the next Sephora sale, I will be picking up the full size of that. It's gorgeous. This is the Laura Geller Easy Illuminate Stick, and this is in the shade Gilded Honey, which is one of my favorite highlights. And it's just really pretty. It's kind of subtle. It doesn't give off a whole lot of sheen, but it's just really pretty. And I like cream highlights. I think that they are gorgeous, especially for mature women. And so I think if you're looking for a good cream highlight and you don't want to break the bank like with the Hourglass, check this one out. Also a staple in the cream highlight department is the What's Up by Benefit. It definitely, to me, gives a much more subtle glow. Right there you can see, but it just gives a nice sheen across the cheeks. It's great for layering, and I really enjoy this product. Not really sure what I feel about this. I got this in a Sephora Favorites. It's the Ciate Dewy Stick. It really has no color. It just makes you look wet, but you can see it gives you a nice glisten, which is interesting. So I'm going to continue to try that out a little more and see what I think about it. Last and definitely most favorite kind of cream highlighter is this Cream Color Base by MAC in the shade Hush. This was in a recent favorites. It's right there. It looks gorgeous on the skin. I apply it with a stippling brush. It's just such a gorgeous highlight, and I think it's really pretty for anybody, but definitely for people who are a little bit older, people who are afraid of highlight. You really cannot go wrong with that. It creates a very nice subtle look. It's good for the office place. As some of you know, I work in a professional setting, and I would definitely could get away with wearing all of these cream colors during the day. Becca is probably my favorite brand for highlighters. I just think they do it right. So this first one up here is the Becca Light Chaser highlighter for face and eyes in Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini. It is so pretty. It's kind of got a holographic, you can see tone to it. You see it's kind of champagne, but it flashes kind of towards pink. It is really, really pretty. I enjoy using this one a lot. Next up is a small one that I got. I think I got this free from Ulta, and this is Rose Gold. This was in the Chrissy Teigen palette, but it's nice to just have it separately. It's really pretty. It's definitely darker, so I'm not quite sure if I can pull, but I know that I've mixed it with the one in the Chrissy Teigen, the other one, what is that one called? Something Beaches. But anyway, I'm not sure if I can wear this one alone, but I definitely could on my eyes. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. The next small one I have is definitely a staple. This is in the shade Opal. It is just gorgeous, and let's do some swatching. It's just kind of a staple that I think everyone should have. It's gorgeous. It's kind of a champagne-y color. It's just really, really pretty. This is a newer one to my collection. It came out around the time of the royal wedding. It is called Royal Glow. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Let's do a little bit of swatching there and put it down here. It's definitely a little bit golder than Opal. A little bit yellower than Opal, but you can see it's really, really pretty. Then we have the shade Rose Quartz. Definitely a little bit more on the pinkier side. Definitely wearable, pinkier, absolutely gorgeous. This one is Lilac Geode. So, so pretty. I think this would definitely is going to come in a little bit on the pinkier side, but it definitely has a little bit of a holographic. It's pink, but you can see that it kind of has some gold undertones. So it's kind of almost like you mixed, like these two had a baby and this is what you got. So, so pretty. And probably my favorite Becca highlight of all times is Parisian Lights. I just think that this one is stunning. And let's see how it looks. It's a little bit lighter, than the lilac one, but you can see it's kind of in that same family. So it is just gorgeous. And while you're probably looking at these thinking, oh my gosh, they all look alike, I see them as all different. So there. Finishing up with higher end before we move into drugstore, we have a Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Gold, and this one is so old, y'all. I know it needs to get out of my collection. I never ever reach for it. You can see that's what it looks like, but you know, you have all these different shades here, so you can kind of, if you don't want it to be that gold, you could just swatch it up here, and you could get something that's not quite as gold, or if you just want to go with this one right here. Not, I mean, you can kind of get a variation of the golds without it being too, I don't know, they all kind of look similar to me. What do y'all think? And my packaging is broken, so the top won't stay shut. Next up is a small size of the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is the powder of the cream that I already did, and that's just stunning. To me, if you want to have that goldy bronze look, this is definitely the highlight you reach for. And continuing on in that same vein, this is the Anastasia Amrezy. Look how stunning that is. I just think that that is gorgeous. And it is so incredibly creamy. It feels so good. But one thing I will say about this highlight, you can see right there, you do not have to put it on that heavy. You do not have to put it on that heavy-handed. You can definitely go in with a lighter touch and just get a pretty glow, and it doesn't have to be that extreme. But those two are just some gorgeous gold highlights. Another highlighter that is a staple in my collection, I've had it forever, it is the Laura Mercier 01 highlight. This just gives you a really pretty glow on the skin. This is great for work because it just gives you that nice sheen without being too much. So I think that this is definitely a go-to in like an office setting or a more professional setting. Two more. I have the NARS Fort de France. Mine is broken. It's kind of a hot mess, so I'm going to be very careful when I open it. But this just is the highlight to me that gives you that wet look. It doesn't swatch well at all, but just take my word for it. It gives the skin a wet, just kind of glistening look, and it is really, really pretty. So I enjoy that one a lot. And lastly, probably my most expensive highlighter is by Dior, and this is 001. And it is so creamy and so stunning, and that is what it looks like. So that is definitely my most expensive. If you're interested in a really good expensive highlight, I would highly recommend that one, but I would recommend waiting for it to go on sale, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Now let's talk drugstore. So this is the last section. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drugstore highlighters. First one I'm going to talk about is this cushion one by Wet n Wild. This is very interesting. I like to wear this. I like to actually dab my beauty blender in it, but I'm going to use what is given with it here to apply it. But you just get that pretty glow that kind of makes your skin look wet, glistening, glowing from within. Again, to me, this one is a perfect one for more mature skin. Also, it doesn't break the bank. I believe it comes in under $8 maybe. So this is a gorgeous highlighter for someone who just wants a subtle glow and for mature skin. Gorgeous. Next from Wet n Wild is the Mega Glow Highlight Powder in the shade Precious Petals. This one could be considered a dupe possibly for the Dior highlighter. So if you like the Dior one but you don't want to spend $50, go get this Wet n Wild one. It's creamy, it's gorgeous, it looks good on the skin, and it lasts, and you can build it up or it can be subtle. Next from Wet n Wild is the Color Icon. This is actually called a bronzer. It's in Reserve Your Cabana. I use this more as a setting powder than as a highlighter, but you definitely can use it as a highlighter if you want something subtle. For me, I use it kind of around my eyes to brighten, but it is gorgeous and it is $5. This big highlighter is by Makeup Revolution and it is the shade Peach Kiss. I don't reach for this as often because I just don't find it as creamy as I would like, but now that I'm putting it on, it feels very creamy, and it is a color that I don't think I have anywhere else. It's stunning. It's under $10. It's a huge palette, and it's got a ton of color payoff. So maybe the reason I didn't reach for it a lot is I didn't want it, but you can, as you see, like you can be a little bit more subtle with it for sure. This next one is by Model's Own and it's called 001 Golden Sand. It is beautiful. It feels a little dry, but you can see it has a ton of color payoff. It is really, really pretty. It gives you a good solid highlight, and yeah, for the price, I really don't think you can go wrong with Model's Own. My all-time favorite highlight of all time is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Y'all, I love this. It feels so creamy to the touch. It is a gorgeous shade. See, it's very kind of champagne-y. You can build it up. It can be subtle. It is definitely a dupe for that Hourglass strobe highlight that I have in that palette. It is gorgeous, and I will never ever be without this, and it doesn't break the bank. I have two e.l.f. highlighters. The first one is one I received free as a free gift. This is Pink Diamonds. Now, the thing with e.l.f., you have to scratch off the top layer, which to me is bizarre, but that's why mine kind of looks jacked up, to get the color payout. But once you do that, it is so incredibly creamy, and this is what it looks like. Now, I wouldn't go out and purchase a pink one because to me in here, it looks different than the way it swatches here. But to me, that's really pretty wearable and kind of resembles some of the Becca highlights. And lastly, one of my favorite e.l.f.'s, this is Blush Gems. I think that this is kind of a dupe for Soft and Gentle by MAC. I don't have Soft and Gentle, but you can see it is just gorgeous. It is a stunning highlight, and two, once you get that top layer off, it is beautiful and it doesn't break the bank. Yeah, so that is my highlight collection. I need to go to rehab, I know it, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you back here on a regular basis. And as always, I hope this video finds you having a fantastic day and a great week, and I will see you all soon. Bye, y'all.